Yo guys, what's up? It's WarSpirit. Just got a standard gameplay commentary today for you guys. I will get another Crysis 3 tips episode up at some point. I'm trying to work out what would be best to cover next. I'm thinking about doing a stealth video and how to utilize stealth most effectively in Crysis 3. It's very different from Crysis 2, and actually in this video you'll see me using quite a heavy amount of stealth. This is my stealth takedown class. I talked about it a little bit in my Crysis 3 tips episode 2 about getting shot in the ass, and yeah, I've got my Phantom and my low profile on this class, my silencer, going all out ninja with my takedown, so it's quite a fun class to use, and takedown's probably my favourite weapon in Crysis 3, so I like switching it up and using sort of different combinations, different attachments on it, different suit modules, and seeing like just what sort of loadouts it is capable of. But ninja takedown is probably my favourite one. You guys should maybe try it out if you like this video and the playstyle it involves. So Data Patch D came out for Crysis 3 this week, and oh my god was it a disappointing patch. We waited 3 weeks for this. Apparently they like releasing their patches on Thursdays, so the last one was on a Thursday, this one was on a Thursday, so maybe we'll see another one on another Thursday. And on Wednesday I was like, it's been 3 weeks, where's the next patch? And then Thursday they released this patch, and it's a pretty pointless patch. It's pretty useless. If you've seen the patch notes, basically it fixes none of the main problems that are in Crysis 3 right now. There's some big problems in Crysis 3 right now, gameplay related problems that are making a lot of people leave. Auto armor at the forefront of these problems. Another one is sort of sometimes stealth users and campers and whatnot, stuff like that. But basically a lot of people have been complaining about the Scar being overpowered, and I agree, the Scar is overpowered. Basically, before sort of patch C, Scar was able to take on snipers at like maybe over 50 meters. A Scar would beat a guy with a sniper, which is ridiculous. So what Crytek did in Data Patch C was increase the damage drop-off. So basically that means the further distance you are away, the less damage your bullets do. They did that for the FY71 and the Scar, and then in Data Patch D they reduced it even further, but just for the Scar, not for the FY71. But to me, the issue after Data Patch C was not that Scars were taking down snipers, it's the fact that Scars are beating anyone at any fucking range. And yeah, Scars can beat anything at any range. There's this crazy damage modifier where if you're less than 1 meter away from an enemy, your gun basically is like the close quarters or point blank damage modifier. Where your gun pretty much does infinity damage at less than 1 meter range, so a Scar user can one-shot kill or insta-gib anyone as long as they rush around with their fucking head in the skies and going absolutely fucking mental with their Scars. Feline users have absolutely no chance. They have to hit at least like 20 bullets, man, to get a kill. That gun is pathetic in Crysis 3 and really needs a buff. And at close range, basically close range weapons are rendered useless by this, what is it, like close combat damage modifier or something like this. But they posted this in the forums and was like, oh, guess what, your guns do sort of a lot more damage at less than 1 meters. This is to counter shotgunners and melee. But what this has done is basically rendered melee totally useless, so no one uses melee anymore, and turned this sort of one-shot thing, weapon combination at less than 1 meter, turned this into the new sort of melee, where it's basically just you look at someone, spray from the hip, point blank, and they die. It's even worse than the one-hit melee that was in the open beta. It's terrible. So I can't use the feline at all in Crysis 3. Some people say they've had a little bit of success with the feline, but those they're all probably running around with like maneuverability and auto armor and stuff, and that combination as well. Makes me not want to play the game, to be honest. Auto armor is completely banned off all Sith servers. Oh my god, that suit module. Do you guys realize what that does? It basically means you are running around at full speed with armor mode on 24/7 without any negative effects such as the glow or the slow moving speed or anything like that. And you get these level 50s running around with it, like veteran Crysis players, and that's like taking a shit on the Crysis trilogy. Suit management, all that sort of stuff. If you use auto armor, you're taking a shit on Crysis and everything that this game stands for. Basically, as soon as possible, Crytek need to add a level cap to players using auto armor. Even level 50, like if you can use auto armor up to level 50, and as soon as you hit level 50 you're not allowed to use auto armor, wow, I would be fucking happy with that. Okay, put a limit on auto armor. I don't want to see veteran players running around with auto armor thinking they're fucking badass in Crysis 3, because it's just unfair when someone... Oh man, oh my god, if you've seen these veteran players that are using it, man, oh my god. I have no respect for those players. So the next thing Crytek have done in Data Patch D is buff the Scarab damage. Basically just flat out buff the damage of the Scarab, which is good. But where's my feline buff? Because now the Scarab is pretty fun to use. Scarab is alright to use now. But Scar still beats it at close range because of this crazy damage modifier thing. And Scar can just beat it anyway. Like, Scarab probably isn't going to beat the Scar, but I've been using the Scarab quite a bit now. Live streamed a little bit of some Scarab gameplay yesterday, and yeah, Scarab is fun, I guess, but I would much rather be using my feline for close quarter engagements, which I can't use, unfortunately. Another thing Crytek did was increase the fire rate of the DSG. Fucking crazy, right? Who the fuck came up with that idea? Are you fucking mental, Crytek? Increase the fire rate of the DSG. I'm using a takedown here. Look at this fire rate, okay? DSG fire rate is meant to be slower than the takedown fire rate, okay? And it still is slower, but increasing it so that DSG is like a fucking slightly slower version of the takedown. What's the point in that? What's the point in having two weapons that are pretty much identical? DSG did not need a speed boost. I feel like I'm playing the fucking Crysis 3 open beta again, where DSG users were going pow 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 all over the fucking map, and that's what it sounds like in Crysis 3 now. DSG sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous, and the fire rate wasn't even what people were complaining about the DSG. They were complaining about its lack of reliability, pretty much. It is pretty inaccurate and has a lot of spread with the slightest bits of movements. It's totally random. Some people can use it and fly around maps and jump and have zero spread somehow, and other times you're on target and your bullets don't hit and you're fucking shooting them in the head and you're getting body shots and crazy shit like that. So to counter this, Crytek increased the speed of firing. That's not what the problem was, and that's not how you fix it. You don't fix a problem by trying to cover it up. A problem doesn't go away just by covering it up with something else. Unfortunately, Crytek, you have to fix the problems directly rather than doing this crazy damage fall off bullshit, increased fire rate bullshit. Guess what? OGR got a recoil reduction. OGR got a recoil reduction. Basically, if you click your mouse really fast with the OGR, then you have zero recoil. So they reduced the recoil even more. And they haven't fixed this bug where if you tap really fast your gun has zero recoil. They say they're going to fix it, but they've been saying they're going to fix it for the past month and a half. Since open beta, this bug has been around and they haven't fixed it yet, and they say they're going to fix it, but they haven't fixed it. And so they reduce the recoil even more in a data patch. Like, there's no point in reducing the recoil when everyone who uses the weapon has zero recoil anyway. No one was complaining about that. They buffed the K-Volt. So K-Volt has a buff. It's sort of, because it's sort of a submachine gun thing, you're allowed to jump around a little bit more and have less spread than the other weapons while you're moving very fast, which is cool. But the K-Volt isn't meant to be one of those weapons like a Scar or a Scarab that runs around slaughtering people. The K-Volt is meant to, its advantage is basically this sort of electrostatic blue electrical effect, the distortion that it makes on your screen. That's its advantage over other weapons. It's not meant to have high damage, it never was. And before the patch I used the K-Volt a lot and I had a lot of fun using it. I didn't think it needed a buff or anything like that, but Crytek buffed it anyway instead of dealing with the real problems that are in the game. Hey, here's a buff for the K-Volt. Be happy with your K-Volt and forget about everything else. Like, we'll cover that up with a nice little K-Volt buff. How do you guys like that? Well, it turns out no one actually likes this patch. There's over 9 pages on this thread right now and everyone is pretty much disappointed with this patch. We waited 3 weeks for this patch and it's very disappointing, so rant pretty much over, guys. I am waiting for patch 1.3 to come out, and oh my god, I'm actually looking for another game to play right now. I've been playing some Battlefield 3, but Crytek better get their thumbs out their asses and start fixing some shit. That's all for me today. Wow, I've never done a commentary like this before. This is going to be interesting to see, to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay at least. Maybe you can put some music on and mute me next time and mute me ranting and just enjoy the takedown silenced stealth ninja gameplay. See you later.